Think about this for a moment. America owes $38 trillion. Europe, $14 trillion. Japan, $9 trillion. China, Germany, even oil-rich Saudi Arabia, they're all billions of dollars in debt. But wait a second, if everyone's in debt, who's collecting the money? The answer will surprise you, and maybe disturb you a little. Today I'm going to tell you money's biggest secret. Once you understand how the modern world economy works, you'll never look at anything the same way again.
How debt became a weapon.
Debt isn't just a burden, it's the foundation of the modern world. Every war, every economic crisis, every boom and bust rises on this invisible web of debt. And here's the most interesting part. The world isn't actually in debt to anyone, it's in debt to itself. But hold on, that doesn't mean everyone profits equally. Quite the opposite. Today we're going to solve a $315 trillion mystery. Yes, you heard that right. Total global debt is more than 3 times the world's entire economy. So how did this happen? And more importantly, why isn't everyone talking about it?
It all started with a war.
1694, England. The king is at war with France and running out of gold. What does he do? He goes to merchants and says, "Give me money now, and I'll pay you interest forever." Bam! That's the birth of modern finance. The Bank of England was founded, and something called government bonds was invented. Governments could now spend money that didn't exist. In return, they gave just one thing, a promise. France copied it. Holland developed it. America financed its war of independence with it. Empires used to conquer land and extract gold. Now they issue bonds and extract interest. The battlefield became a balance sheet.
So who does America's $38 trillion debt belong to?
Everyone says America owes China. Technically true, but China only holds $800 billion. That's just 2% of the total debt. So where's the rest? More than half is owed to American banks, pension funds, and the Federal Reserve. Japan is the largest foreign creditor with $1 trillion. UK, Luxembourg, Belgium. So America actually owes itself. The Treasury issues bonds. American banks buy them. The Federal Reserve buys them back and prints new dollars. You pay taxes. That money goes to your pension funds. Do you see the loop? It's a mirror system.
But it doesn't end here. This is a global game.
Japan lends to America. America lends to Europe through the IMF. Europe lends to developing countries through the World Bank. They turn around and invest in Western bonds, a planet-wide game of hot potato. The only difference, the potato is made of promises and nobody can stand up. Because the moment someone stands up, the entire system collapses.
Who has the real power? The markets.
Do governments make the decisions? No. Behind every government bond is a massive network. Hedge funds, pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, central banks. They manage tens of trillions of dollars, and they're the real judges. Which country borrows cheaply? They decide. Which country will fail? They decide. Democracy decides who governs. Markets decide who survives.
Central banks, the wizards of the modern world.
Whenever the Federal Reserve or European Central Bank buys government bonds, they create money out of thin air in return. Yes, I'm serious. They press a button and boom, new money. And here's the heartbreaking part. Every dollar in circulation is someone's debt somewhere. Every bill in your pocket is the reflection of an invisible promissory note. There's no such thing as debt-free money. There never was and never will be.
what happens when the system breaks?
Greece, 2010. Debt became unpayable. Bondholders panicked. The IMF and European Central Bank rescued the country. How? Austerity, unemployment, poverty. A generation was wasted. Argentina defaulted multiple times. Debt became a national curse. Sri Lanka ran out of fuel, economy collapsed, government fell. When the system breaks, creditors suddenly become visible. The IMF shows up at your door. Credit rating agencies downgrade you. Anonymous bondholders grab your country by the throat. But here's the most interesting part. Even after the collapse, the same game starts again. New loans replace old debts. The game never ends.
The 21st century's dirty secret. Debt isn't meant to be paid.
Now pay attention, because this part will change everything. No government plans to pay off its debt. Not now, not ever. But how, you ask? Simple. When you and I take out a loan, we have to pay it back. But governments work differently. They see debt like a perpetually renewing subscription. They issue new bonds to pay off old bonds. Economists call this refinancing. The real product is interest payments. The world economy is now addicted to this interest, like a shark that has to keep swimming to breathe.
America will never pay off that. $38 trillion.
Japan has been rolling over its debt for 30 years. Its debt exceeds 250% of GDP, yet bond yields are near zero. Why? Because investors don't expect repayment. They expect renewal of the agreement. Government debt isn't a burden to them. It's the safest asset. Pension funds hold it. Banks use it as collateral. Central banks treat it like money. The system works precisely because the debt isn't paid. Imagine this. What if America decided one day to pay off all its debt? Banks would lose their most stable assets. Dollar supply would collapse. Deflation would begin. The economy would stop. Paying off the debt would destroy the economy. That's why they do the opposite. They keep issuing new debt.
We owe it to ourselves. Lie.
Politicians say we owe our debt to ourselves. No problem. It's a half-truth. Interest payments aren't distributed equally in society. They flow from bottom to top. You pay taxes. That money goes to interest. Interest goes to bondholders, banks, big investors. So debt isn't just a transfer between countries. It's a transfer between classes. That's why global inequality and global debt rise hand in hand. The system rewards debt owners. It only punishes payers. Sound familiar? Because it's the same story, just scaled up. From households to nations, from nations to the planet.
So, who's to blame?
China? No. Wall Street? No. The IMF? No. All of them. And us. The modern financial system turned debt into money. Governments issue it, banks multiply it, investors trade it, citizens depend on it. The line between debtor and creditor has become so blurred you can't tell who's who anymore. Debt used to mean slavery. Today it means balance. But if that balance breaks once, if trust collapses, if interest rates spike, if this economy built entirely on promises stops, then we'll remember. Debt is actually a promise that can't be kept forever. You've learned the biggest secret of the modern world. Now when you hear on the news, national debt has increased, you know what it really means. The system is based on trust. Numbers don't matter, belief does. And as long as that belief continues, the numbers can stretch to infinity. But remember, every system has a limit. If this video gave you a new perspective, don't forget to like and subscribe. History always has the answers. I just show you where to look. Let's meet in the comments. How much longer do you think this system is sustainable? See you in the next video.
Curious Financial.